tell you the duality that I had struggling as a black man watching this film. Am I a coward or do I have too much humanity? You know, and I cried about that. I cried that Friday night. I cried. I said, "Fuck, man. What the fuck am I doing in this fucking country? I got a son."
Mm-hmm. I think there's another option, brother. I think there's a C, you know.
Mhm.
And C is, what am I waiting for?
Mm.
You know, what am I waiting for? Because you know what's inside of you. You know what God put
Yeah.
inside of you. You know that you have a platform. What are you
Mhm.
waiting for? I ask myself every morning. I wake up. I'm up very early, staring at the ceiling. I get up with my little coffee and walk in my yard. What are you waiting for, Nate? And the
Mm.
question inspires action, not what did I do? I mean, I asked myself that question this morning. Forget this film, not forget it, but what else? What am I waiting for? Because if you have a show, Barbershop Conversations, then you
Mhm.
have the answers, brother. Because
Yes.
you get every tax bracket, every education
Right.
level,
Right.
you get it all. More so than it, it's interesting how we have more degrees than we ever had, right?
Yes. Yes.
More higher level, higher learning, more corporate, more politics, and more trauma, more hurt, more death than we've ever than we can imagine, than we can remember.
Yeah,
So
yep.
it ain't just in degrees. What are you going to do next? What are you waiting for? I ask myself, all right, if I got these answers, how do I get them to the people? And you only can, and again, I'll say it again, and I'm gonna say it 1,000 times. I'm not saying I got all the answers, but 50 years from now, if I'm blessed to live that long, and I'm on my deathbed, and I'm surrounded by my children, children, 8 children, they all looking around and they're all crying because I'm about to go, and they're asking themselves, what does great granddad or whatever mean to us? What did he do for us? I want my receipts, bro.
Right.
Because nobody cares how many followers you had if you didn't do nothing for us. No
Right.
one cares how many movies you made, how much money you made if you didn't do anything for us. That stuff is fleeting, you
Right.
know? And then there's a faith element, right? Like we are a people of faith. Real talk. Like we're not monsters. We know what monsters look like. Real talk, right? We know what monsters look like.
Yes.
We're not monsters,
Uh-huh.
you know? So what will how do we use the very things, the gifts we're given, journalism, art and filmmaking? If you're a garbage man, if you are a PhD, what are you doing to do your part to have your receipts? It's like when you look back on people that lived through 68, you like, well, what were you doing? Minding my business. That ain't no answer. Getting this money, getting the bag. That's not an answer. Where were you? Am I making sure you are? That's not an answer. When
Right.
people are like, yo, back in 2020, when all hell broke loose and George Floyd, and man, what were you doing, Unc? What were you doing? You better
Right.
have your receipts.
Right. Right. DB, final question, and then my final question, and we'll get them out. We appreciate you coming in. Go ahead, DB.